us confidence to the next round.
Think you can beat Phoenix?
Well, we have confidence, but we still have to do the work.
Okay, well said. Let's send it to Greg Gumbel. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations indeed. Once again, our final score, the Rockets 95, the Jazz 91. For Hannah Storm and Steve Jones, I'm Greg Gumbel. So long. Let's join Marv Albert and Matt Guokas in Orlando, Florida.
All right, Greg, and with 6.5 remaining in this first quarter, it's the Bulls 12 and the Magic 11. It has certainly been a day of stirring and improbable finishes here on NBC. And now the finale of our playoff tripleheader, game one of the best of 7 Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Orlando Magic and the Chicago Bulls. Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, and Jim Gray. Michael Jordan to this point, 1 of 5 from the field. Shaquille O'Neal, 0 for 1. He's hit 2 of 2 from the line. Here is Hardaway on the move. And back come the Bulls. Armstrong for Jordan, met by Anderson. Armstrong, who has been quiet, not able to hit the 3. And then knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Chicago. Quick rundown of what you have missed. 5 points apiece for Armstrong and Kukoc. Anderson, native of Chicago, with 5 points. And as I mentioned, Jordan only 1 of 5 from the field. A 6-0 run by the Bulls after Orlando had the early lead by the count of 9-4. Shot clock at 7. And O'Neal is fouled. And Phil Jackson telling us this is something we can look for right throughout the series, not allowing Shaquille to get the shot off.
But Phil Jackson saying they want to commit judicious fouls, and this is one of them. When Shaq gets the ball that deep in the paint, there's nothing you can do but wrap him up. They just don't want to foul Shaq on any kind of shot. If it's a jump hook, 4 or 5 feet away, they'll just challenge that. The turnaround jumper, obviously they want to challenge that. But anything that looks like he's going to dunk the ball or lay it in, they want to send him to the free throw line.
Well, Shaquille is 3 of 3 at the line. And this, the reason they like to send him to the free throw line. 53% this past regular season. Comes off a 7 of 13 in the game against Boston on Friday night. Already a little bit of foul problems for the Chicago Bulls. Tony Kukoc has gone to the bench with 2 personals, and now Luke Longley has to sit with 2. So Will Perdue is on the floor, replacing Luke Longley, and Corey Blunt has checked in for Tony Kukoc. 5.5 remaining in this first quarter. Illegal defense called for the second time against Brian Hill's Orlando Magic, which means a technical foul awarded the Chicago Bulls.
Donald Royal was coming over anticipating a post feed to Michael Jordan and had to get caught in no man's land on a little bit of a pump fake and then tried to just keep going out to the corner to double team the ball. But the Orlando Magic very alert to come and double team Michael Jordan when he is inside. I doubt if they will trap him or double him on the wing or at the top at this particular point in the game. Michael so far has struggled from the field.
Armstrong with 6 points. And the game is tied at 13. Perdue. Blunt with a wild shot. And on the back tap, the Bulls able to maintain possession. Chicago coming off the first round victory over the Charlotte Hornets. 3-1, finishing off Charlotte on Thursday night. Jordan tried to return it to Perdue, but it was picked off.
And deflected nicely by Penny Hardaway.
Jordan only 8 for 21 in that finale against Charlotte. Hit his first 3, but then 5 for the last 18. That's an offensive foul on Royal.
Donald Royal, known as a slasher, a driver. Most teams will give him that jump shot. It's one of the reasons why he is not getting very many minutes in the playoffs, only averaging about 18, 19 minutes a game, because he is not a perimeter threat. And now here comes the perimeter threat for the Orlando Magic. Dennis Scott, who is always a threat from beyond the three-point line, and he really spreads the defense of the opponent.
In fact, the Magic going with Dennis Scott in the starting lineup at the start of the second half for Game 4 against the Celtics, rather than the usual starter, Donald Royal. Scottie Pippen against the one-time Bull, Horace Grant. Here's Pippen, rather produced, stopped by O'Neal. Shaquille with the block. Anderson, played by Jordan. Nick Anderson, a native of Chicago. Able to spin his way
play from Michael Jordan. Will Perdue coming over to help out. The slot official over on the other side of the floor correctly ruled that Will touched that after it touched the backboard.
Orlando leads by 2. The Bulls have missed their last 4 shots. Pippen. The Bulls are 5 for 15 from the field. They get another opportunity here. The pass broken up by Hardaway, but Pippen on the recovery. Hardaway knocks it aside. Blunt able to pick it up. Feeding Jordan. Went to the left hand and drew the foul. Michael Jordan will go to the line. The foul committed by Dennis Scott.
Foul number 32.
Chicago Bulls continue to get second shot opportunities. Just keep moving the ball till they finally get it to Michael with no player his size guarding. And Michael had that little opening a little earlier in the ball game. He took one strong with the left hand as he got by Shaquille O'Neal. Couldn't get it down. This time he made sure he drew the contact first before he released that shot.
Michael Jordan clearly making the point that his teammates must elevate their game. In Game 4 against Charlotte on Thursday night, Michael actually took himself out of the game. He felt there was too much pressure on him. Grant saw the opening, and a foul is called. Horace Grant accelerating. He saw the clear path.
Number 44, Corey Blount.
Foul is called on Corey Blount. We're joined on the sidelines once again today by Jim Gray. Let's go to Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. One of the reasons that Michael Jordan isn't shooting very well, he is bothered very badly by his right hand. He bruised it in the Charlotte series, and he's in quite a bit of pain, he told us before the game. He's kept this quiet, but it was badly bruised in the game that he had 48 points. He cannot dribble very well with his right hand. He cannot pick up the dribble and palm the ball. It's limiting him today, and it's going to cause him to go to his left quite a bit, he told us before the game, so he's not 100% or anywhere near it. Marv?
All right, Jim, and I would think there would be a fear of people slapping at the hand. I would think you want to protect it.
Anytime you have any kind of jammed fingers, jammed wrist, or a problem with your hand, no matter what you do with it, even if you sometimes just touch your head, it kind of rings pain right through your body.
You find yourself when you have a jammed finger touching your head a lot now?
Yes, go right to the head.
Traveling violation is called. Will Perdue called for steps. 3.5 remaining in this opening quarter, and it's the Magic 16 and the Bulls 15. In the opening round of the playoff, Orlando did not have an easy time against the Boston Celtics, winning that series 3-1 as they escaped after losing at home to the Celtics last Sunday. Here is O'Neal getting inside. Basket won't count. A foul is called.
The foul number 32,
Will Perdue.
His first penalty.
Well, good ball movement from one side to the other, which enables Shaq to come across the lane, stop dead in the paint with the defender Will Perdue on him. And the man at the top who should be coming down to double team in that situation is Scottie Pippen. But right now he is watching Dennis Scott, and he's just not going to leave Dennis Scott from that three-point line. So that double team is going to have to come from another part of the floor.
That's Shaquille O'Neal on fire at the free throw line here today. 5 for 5 from the line.
Well, he got off to a terrific start in Game 1 in the Boston series. Shot 11 for 14, but then went downhill after that.
Shaquille has hit 12 out of 12 on 2 occasions in his career that last season, but he's 6 for his first 6 here today. Armstrong working off the pick. Goes for the jumper. So B.J. Armstrong breaking out of it. He's been very quiet, and it's the Magic leading by 1.
Even though Michael Jordan didn't touch the ball in that sequence, he was in the post on the triangle offense, and when he's in there, that will create problems for the defense.
Pass thrown by Hardaway, but a traveling violation is called. Anthony Hardaway able to whip it inside to Shaquille. Timeout is taken. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Well, earlier today here on NBC, one of the wildest endings in NBA playoff history. The Pacers coming from behind to beat the Knicks in Game 1 of their best of 7, 107-105. Reggie Miller with the Pacers' final 8 points in the last 18 seconds. Actually 8 points in 11 seconds. And how about Houston, the defending NBA champions,